Hey rookies, what's up? Welcome to another edition of the Bourbon Rookie. Tonight I'm doing a head-to-head of two whiskeys that I've never had before. Both wheated bourbons. One is to my left, the Weller Special Reserve, and we have Green River Wheated Bourbon. Both at 90 proof. Actually, it's wheated bourbon whiskey. Both at 90 proof. The Green River is comprised, with its mash bill, comprised of 70% Kentucky grown corn, 21% wheat, 9% barley. The Weller, 70% corn, 16% wheat, 14% barley. And this is definitely age 4 to 6. This is rumored to be aged at 4 to 6. So I'm giving credit where credit is due. I got this idea from the Bourbon Junkie YouTube channel. Those guys are like, them and SLB right now are the king of the crop in terms of, and the Mash and Drum, of course, with the review channels. There's thousands out there, including myself. So I am not taking credit for this. I got this bottle about 5 months ago, and it was heavily allocated at about $80 in my area, which is Long Island, New York. And then you have this, which I just saw, the Green River, just saw it come into my local store for $35. So, also full disclosure, I am on take 5 because my other video sucks so badly. I need to redo this. So, no, I'm not drunk, but I have gotten into these a little bit, and I'm going to say that these two have been opened and open for about 40 minutes now. So what I will say is, starting with the Weller, the nose on this has not changed whatsoever. And I'm in take 5, right? So the nose has not changed. And I find that fascinating because this has a screw top, this has a cork. It's creme brulee all day long. Sweet, dessert, slight hint of alcohol, but just an overall fantastic sweet nose. Cheers. And the palate just, it's a thin finish, but it's just creme brulee. There's a slight dryness to the finish, slight dryness on the tongue. Just leaves the tongue a little bit dry on the end. But it's just a fantastic overall flavor profile. Again, remember, $80 before taxes. Green River. Now, this has been sitting out. The nose has changed, full disclosure. There's a certain dankness to this. A dankness, a basement scent, like that was prevalent when I first opened this bottle. And there was a creme brulee hint at the finish on the nose. It's done a complete turnaround since it's been opened. And there's a creme brulee, but more, not as sweet of a creme brulee as this. It's a creme brulee with a little bit of clove, and it's almost like a pumpkin pie, where you can have a pumpkin pie that's very spicy depending upon the spices that are added, or you can just have a straight up sweet pumpkin pie that, and if you like pumpkin pie, then you kind of know what I'm talking about. You could add like a pumpkin pie spice, you could add clove, nutmeg, or you could just have a straight up sweet pumpkin pie it's kind of along those lines, where there's a creme brulee, but there's a dankness to it. like a grape, like a sour grape, like a sour wine. So I don't particularly like the nose on this. It's not great for me. If you're somebody that likes a dank nose and you're into nosing, you might like this. I don't. Now, cheers. The flavor on this, the palate's changed. The palate has gotten much better since this has been opened. And it's actually balanced itself out wonderfully. So there's more complexity to the palate on this that I wasn't getting in my first take or my second take. But now that I'm in take 5 and it's almost 45 minutes later, this has really opened up nicely. Now I don't know if it took longer to open up because of the cork versus just a regular screw top, but it's opened up actually nice. The nose does not match the palate. Both have decent oils. I mean, both have decent oils, almost the same color, same proof, just slight variances in the barley and the wheat. However, this is a great beginner's bourbon. If it wasn't $80, this is $35, and I can see where maybe the Bourbon Junkies were coming from the price point, saying, you know, let this thing open up. And there's going to be a little bit more of a complex flavor to this. If you give this like an hour to aerate, it really did change a lot since it's opened up. And maybe that is because of the cork. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but I'm not disappointed with the Weller. But you got to remember, this is so highly allocated, and it's a Buffalo Trace product. So you may even find just a regular, Buffalo Trace bourbon for $40. Now, I don't have a lot of Buffalo Trace, and that's maybe a video for another day, but on the head-to-head with these two, and I've never had these before. What I'm going to say is, as a novice, as a rookie, I'm leaning towards this flavor profile, but this one is a little bit more complex. So if you're more of an experienced bourbon drinker or a wheated bourbon drinker, for $35, this is right up your alley. I would just say let it open up. Pop that cork out and let that bottle sit open, or pour a glass and let that glass sit open for about an hour. And I would think that if you like the Weller, if you're an experienced Weller drinker, and whatever, you're in my area and you don't want to pay $80, then this is definitely a viable alternative. So I can see where the Bourbon Junkies were getting at with this. And if, obviously go look them up. Bourbon Junkies, they have like 115,000 followers. So, yeah. Listen, both are recommends, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna, would I buy this one again at $80? No, but I'm glad I tasted it. And quite honestly, I wouldn't want to do a single shot at a bar if this is going to be a $20 pour for 1 ounce. I still wouldn't even do that because it's just too much money. So, unless it's part of a flight now. If you're going to get a flight of Weller, right, and you're going to get the higher end Wellers, and you're going to spend a decent, you're going to spend what you think is a fair price for a flight of Weller, which is hard to find to get all, then I would do it as a flight. But on its own, I wouldn't spend $20 on a sip of that, because you can very easily just buy like an MGP Widow Jane. You can buy a Penelope at 90 proof. You can buy an Old Forester at 90 proof. It's a different flavor profile. These are wheaters, but I'm not trying to spend anybody's money, but I'm just saying this is a really good alternative. So with that, you know, give me your opinions, give me a like, give me a subscribe. If you see this Green River in the area, definitely pick it up. They also have a Green River straight bourbon that's not wheated. It's not on the wheated side, which I will probably add to the rotation down the road. And I will be doing more things with these two down the road. And stay tuned, guys. Thanks for watching, and I appreciate all of you, all of my 15 subscribers. So we're looking to add, and we're looking to even get another personality behind here so we can have some banter. But give me a like, give me a subscribe, DM me, tell me what you hated about it, tell me what you liked, and we will see you on the next video, guys. Take care.